Hello everyone, I Suvarna Muzumdar, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Department of Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College welcomes you on a lecture on logic gates. So here we are going to discuss about logic gates. So first of all, what is logic gate? It is a basic building block of microprocessor based system. As already we discussed that microprocessor has three parts: ALU, register array and control unit. So to design these three basic blocks we need a logic gates. So each of these blocks consist of the logic gates. So now we are going to discuss in details what all these logic gates are there and how these logic gates actually what this operation will do. I think all of you are aware of this, but let's have this a brief about logic gates so that we can use this concept to understand the working of microprocessor in a better manner. Okay. So logic gate, it performs a logical operations like AND, ANDing operation, ORing and NOT operation on binary data. We already discussed that binary input means the input is 0 1 0 1. Okay. Now we have to discuss about the ANDing operation, ORing operation and NOT operation. These are the basic operation, logical operations that are going to be performed on binary input. So as I told you, these logic gates we combine and we try to implement whatever inside the microprocessor, that is the adder circuitry, multiplier, even the register that is used to store the data. This all are designed using this logic gates. There are actually two types of digital circuits. One is known as combinational circuit, that is adder, multiplexer, decoder. These circuits are those circuits where the present output depends on the present input applied in the circuit. For example, if I consider this is an adder, adder needs two data as an input, or we can say the two operands. Let us take A and B, and it gives an output as sum and carry. Right now we don't bother about what is the length of this A and B data, but just think like this: there is two input data or two operands, that is A and B, and the results is in terms of sum and carry. Now this sum and carry, this results whatever obtained, it is obtained for the present input that we had applied. Okay. Second, first some A1 and B1 we applied and we got S1 and S2 result. Now we change the input, now we apply A2 and B2 and we obtain S2 and C2 as an output. Now this S2 and C2 does not depend whatever is applied earlier to this A2 and B2. Okay, so this type of circuits are known as combinational circuits, that the output depend on the present input only. Second type of digital circuits, that are sequential circuit, that is flip-flop, registers and counters are the example of this circuit. In this circuit, the present output depend on present input as well as the past input applied. Okay. So that is why we can say that this is flip-flop is a storage element, it stores the data, and using this flip-flop we designed registers and counters. So you can say this flip-flop, we have to design this flip-flop, and to design this flip-flop we need these logic gates. Even we have to design this adder and multiplexer. I think all of you are aware of that there are two types of adder, half adder and full adder, and both the adders are designed using XOR gate and AND gate combination. So we need the basic gates to design all these digital circuits. and these digital circuits are used to implement our microprocessor. Now, the next part, that is the types of logic gates. There are in all 7 gates that we have to discuss, but generally we can say first classification is all about basic gates, that is AND, OR, NOT. These are known as basic gates. Then second classification is all about universal gate, these are NAND and NOR. Okay. So, total these are 5, and the next some special gates, or you can say exclusive gates. That are XOR and XNOR. Okay. So, in all there are 7 gates. Using these 7 gates we can design adder, subtractor, multiplier, these are all combinational circuits, and we can design flip flops and registers, counters, and we use these combinational as well as sequential circuit to design our microprocessor. So, why these gates? These are the basic operation, that is the logical operation. As I told you, these are the logical operations that we have to implement, and to implement these logical operations, these gates individually are capable of designing or implementing any of the logical operation. That is why these are known as universal gates, because using single NAND gate, or not a single NAND gate, combination of NAND gate only, if you have a NAND gates n number of NAND gates, then you can implement AND operation, you can implement OR operation, you can implement NOT operation, as well as XOR, XNOR, NOR, any of the operation. That is why this NAND gate is known as universal gate, because we can implement any circuit, any function using these gates. Similarly about NOR gate also. So, that is why these two gates are NAND and NOR are known as universal gates. Now, just I will show the symbols. Yeah, these are the symbols which we use to represent the gates. This is the AND gate symbol, this is OR gate symbol, NOR, XOR, NAND and NOT. Now, there is one gate which is remaining is XNOR, that is the NOT operation of XOR. So, XNOR, this is the symbol. Okay. Now, we will discuss one by one the truth table, that is the table which is used to represent the working of the gate. So, let us take first we will write the truth table for AND gate. Okay. So, truth table is nothing but it is the table which gives us the relation between the input and the output. Okay. So, let us take, I will name it as A and B as an input to the AND gate and Y is the output. So, input and output. So, A, B and Y. So, as I told you, the logic gates will work on binary data. So, the input which we are going to apply in this AND gate, so the value of data at A, it may be 0, it may be 1. Similarly, it may be 0 at B, it may be 1. So, so that is why 2 inputs. So, we will have 4 combination. We will go with both the inputs are 0, 0, A is 0, B is 1, B, A is 1, B is 0 and all A and B are 1. Now this AND gate works like that, it will gives output 1 only when all the inputs applied are logic high, at logic high. So the output will be high for this 1 combination only, rest of the combination the output will be low. This is the truth table for this AND gate, means the AND gate output is high only for all the high inputs. If one of the input is low, then output is low. Now we can go for OR gate, that is ORing operation. ORing means either of the one input will be high, the output is high. Okay. So let us have a table for OR gate. Okay, I will change the ink. This is the output of OR gate. So if I go for OR gate, that is Y as an output. As I told you, the ORing, that either one input must be high. Okay. So for first case both the input are low, 0 0 means low. You have to remember this, 0 means either you can use it as low or you can use at 0 volts input. For 1 we can use it as high or we can have a 5 volt. All the digital circuit works on this signal amplitude 0 and 5 volt, and we can use either 0 or 1, or we can use a term low or high, or you can say on and off, on and off. Okay. So here I am saying that for OR gate the output will be high, either of the one input is high. Okay. So for first case both the input are 0, so output is 0. Here B is high, so output is high. Here A is high, that is why output is high. And in last case both the inputs are high, so output is high, because the minimum criteria that one input must be high, it is satisfied. So that is why the output is high. Now the next case, we will go with this NOT gate, basic gates first. So NOT gate, here the output is inverted, or you can say NOT operation. So let us have this Y. Okay, here there is only one input. So this input, that X input, will either it will be 0 or it will be 1. Okay. If this bubble is there, so that is why this is known as NOT operation. If this bubble is not there, this means complemented, means output Y is complement of X. This is the equation. In terms of equation, if I have to represent, then I will represent it like Y is equals to X dash. Here I can write the equation Y is equals to A B, that is dot product. In case of Y, we can write it as OR gate, we can write it as A plus B, that is ORing, ORing operation. Okay, not the AND, addition is not there, it is ORing operation. OR symbol is plus, dot means dot, ending operation, and dash means complement. Either I can use this way or I can write it as X bar. Okay. So here this bubble sign, this sign represent that it is a complemented, whatever will be at the input, it get complemented, that if 0 is applied, output will be 1. If 1 is applied, the output will be 0. Okay. So for here it will be like this. The truth table will be, if 0 is an input, output will be 1, 1 is an input, output will be 0 for the NOT operation. So these are the basic gates that we are going to discuss, and now I am going to discuss about the universal gates, that is NAND and NOR. Okay. So I can just erase this all. Okay. Now we are going to have a discussion on NAND and NOR. So this NAND, as it names says NAND, we can write it like not AND. Okay. Or we can have like this, AND gate with an inverter. Okay, A, B, Y and Y complement. Okay. So, as I told you the truth table for this AND gate, that if A and B are the input, okay, and Y is an output, okay. So, 0 0, the output is 0, 0 1, output is 0, 1 0, output is 0, 1 1, output is 1. This is the truth table for AND gate. Now, we are going to complement this Y, and we have to obtain this Y complemented version. So, 0, the complemented version will be 1, 0 complemented version will be 1, 0 1 1 0. Okay. So, this is the truth table for NAND gate. Okay. So, in case of NAND gate, you can remember like that output will be 0 if all the inputs are high. Here right now I am discussing only 2 input NAND gates, 2 input AND gate. There will be 3 input gates, 4 input gates, we can have a 5 input gates as well. Okay. So, to just remember, I can just show you also how you can going to remember this whole thing. So, just keep this in mind that NAND is nothing but the inverted operation of AND. Now, we will discuss about the NOR. So, like NAND, we can use for NOR. NOR is nothing but not OR. Okay, and we can have a symbol OR operation and complemented output Y, A and B. Okay. So, now in this case A and B are the input, Y is the output. So, 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, 1 1. Okay. So, I think we already discussed this. So, 0 0 output will be 0, 0 1, 1 input is high, so output is high. Second, in this case A is high, so output is high. Both the inputs are high, so output is high. This is the output of OR gate. Now, we are going to complement it and we have to obtain Y bar, that is the output for NOR gate. Now, here it will be 0, it will gives 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. So, in this case OR gate, in case of NOR gate, the output is high only when all the inputs are low. Okay. Now, the sixth gate, that is XOR. So, here you can say the equation for NAND gate will be A dot B complement. Here Y is AB. OR gate, the output is A plus B. Here output will be A ORing B complemented, and in case of NOT it will be Y X complemented, or you can say A complemented, whatever the input we are using. Okay. So, now we are going to discuss about XOR gate. Okay. Now it's clear. Yeah. XORing this. Okay, this XOR gate, the output Y is nothing but A XOR B. Okay, and how we are going to write this equation for XOR? A bar B plus AB bar. Okay. Using this equation, this is known as the Boolean expression for an XOR gate. Using this Boolean expression for XOR gate, we can use to write the truth table. Now we substitute this value here and we will find the output y. Okay. So, a is 0, the complemented version will be 1, but multiplied with 0, so the result will be 0. Similarly, here a is 0 multiplied with the complemented version of b, that is 0 complemented b means 1, and when we multiply 0 with 1, the result will be 0. So, overall the result will be 0. Okay. Now, take the second case. Now, in second case, a is 0, so complemented a will be 1, b is 1, so we will multiply with b 1, so this total result will be 1. Now, second case, a is 1, a is 0, second case, a is 0, b is 1, complemented 0, so overall it will be 0. 0 plus 1, ORing 1 plus 0, the result will be 1. Okay. Now, in case of 1 0, again here the same situation, so we can change it, we can see here again. Here for third case, a is 1, so complemented version of a is 0 multiplied with b, that is 0 plus, or you can say ORing a 1 complemented version of 0, that is 1. So, it will be 0 or with 1 or 0, it will be 1. So, result is 1. Now, the last case, that is all the inputs are 1. Not all, here actually this gate XOR is 2 input gate. So, here we can say even number of ones are A1. So, here we can go with like this, a is 1, so its complemented will be 0, b is 1, here a is 1, complemented of b is 0. So, here 0 or with 0, the result will be 0. So, for the last case XOR gate, the output is 0. Now, sorry, I'll just write the table a, b, y, 0 0, the output is 0, 0 1, the output is 1, 1 0, output is 1, 1 1, the output is 0. This is XOR. Now, the next gate, that is this last gate, 7th gate, that is XNOR. Okay, this is XNOR, symbol for XNOR. XNOR, as I told you for NAND and NOR, to remember this is not XOR. Okay, means we are going to XOR the output of XOR, we are noting the XOR, output of XOR gate. Okay. So, here the XNOR, you can see like this, XNOR will be the NOT operation of XOR. So, NOT operation means now the input for XOR is 0, input to the NOT gate is 0, so it will be 1 0 0 1. Okay. So, you remember this, these in this way you can relate all these gates, and these are the symbols for the gates, and we have to remember the truth table as well as the equations for all the gates. Okay, I will write once again. AND operation of y is a dot b, that is dot product. For ORing it will be a plus b. In case of NOR gate, y is equals to and here it is y is equals to a. Yeah, we can change the symbol using De Morgan's theorem. Okay. So, in this way you can remember all these things. Now, you have to relate this, that while designing any logic circuitry like combinational circuit, whether we have to design AND gate, adder, or we have to design multiplexer or decoder, in all these we can basically use NAND gate and NOR gate. Either even we have to design a memory unit, that is flip flop, we are using this NAND and NOR only, okay, because these two are the universal gates and these two gates can use to implement any function, any Boolean function, okay. Now, what is the way to remember the gate functions, how this gate function you can remember. So, for AND gate you can remember this line, that if both the inputs are high then the output is also high. For OR gate you can remember that a minimum one of the input is high, then you can say the output is high. For XOR gate, if minimum one input is high, then only the output is high, or you can say the odd number of high input, the output is high. At least one input must be high, okay. In case of NAND gate, minimum one input must be low, then the output is high. In case of NOR gate, if both the inputs are low, then the output is high, okay, or you can say all the inputs are low, then the output is high. And how we are going to use these gates? So, these gates we can use to design ALU. So, in ALU we have to use adder, we need multiplexer, we need a decoder also. Okay. So, a microprocessor which is made up of ALU register, and the last part, that is control unit. So, here the decoder will come. I will just shift this. Yeah. Okay. So, to design this control unit, that is the decoder part and the circuit signal generation, or for all that things we need to use NAND gates or NOR gate. Okay. So, these circuitries are made up of these gates. So, we have, that is why I revised this gates, that we can use these gates while to understand the working of microprocessor. As I told you, the microprocessor perform an operation of binary data, any operation like arithmetic operation, whether adder, subtractor and multiplication, division, or transferring of information from registers for or storing the result. Okay. So, for all these circuitries are designed using these gates. So, that is why I revised these gates. So, you can just remember all the working of function of all the gates, and in the next we are going to discuss about the microprocessor operation in detail. Thank you.